Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is Yuhar, and I hope everybody's doing okay. Hoping everybody's taking care of their mental health and drinking some water and making sure you're eating whatever actually you feel like. Honestly, I don't eat healthy, so I don't have any place to stand on trying to tell people to eat healthy. So eat what you want, but make sure you're taking care of your mental health. That being said, playing some more competitive Temtem today. Right now, I have dropped all the way to Gold 2. I'm on a, I think, 10 or 11 game losing streak. So I'm not feeling great, but we're going to play some more and hopefully get a win or two. We'll see how that goes. I'm starting another team because clearly the aggro team has not been working out. So I've started a new team, and the new team is much more mid-range as opposed to aggro or stall or anything like that. It's somewhere in between. That being said, one of the reasons why I got two of my losses was because of a glitch that is known, and I don't know if y'all know about it, so I'm going to tell you about it. Basically, if you dismiss one of your Tems in the showdown teams and then proceed to try and play with that team, I don't know if it's specifically with that team or at all, it will cause you to glitch out where you will get, some Tems will appear as other Tems, or you'll lose a Tem as you go into the battle screen. So if you end up dismissing a Tem in your showdown team, make sure that you quit out of the game completely before going back in. I'm not sure if quitting out is going to be a complete fix, but as far as I'm aware, that's what fixes it. I'm sure that Crema has said something about it, but I don't know, and because I haven't actually looked for the information. I heard it from my club. So anyway, I hope everybody stays safe and make sure you're cautious and aware of that. And other than that, I think we're good to go. So let's get started. Okay. Let's see. So they have Oshira and Whiplump. This is going to be a freeze team. So these three are the core of their freeze team. You have Oshira with Tsunami and Hurrywart. You have Whiplump, who swaps in with Oshira, so Oshira gets the Tsunami off, and then Whiplump can Cold Breeze, or you can swap out Oshira for Volorend and get another Tsunami off and get a double freeze. So I think dealing with them is probably going to be the best. I think Whiplump is going to be the linchpin of their team, so let's get rid of that. I'm not really overall concerned about what they can do to my team, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we're going to pick Tiernak to start, and we're going to see what they choose. Maybe Volorend and Kinu. It's probably what I would pick. Interesting. Not what I was expecting, but I guess it allows them to Cold Breeze and Hurrywart. So we're going to bring in Golzy for that one. And then I think we're going to ban Ragnet. I guess I could ban one of these two. No, I think I'm going to ban Ragnet. Yeah, just so that way I can freely electric attack into these two Tems and not have to really worry too much about it. Although they're probably going to bring in one of their Inky or their Chimerian, so that's something to be aware of. Let's bring Acronox to try and discourage Inky, because I know Inky's faster after the patch. I think it was 1.2. No, I can't remember which number it is, but I think it's 1.2. I forgot to change my title because I feel like I don't really deserve it right now. Oh, so they did pick Inky anyway. Okay. They banned Platimus, so I don't have any water Tems that are going to be great into Volcrane. So that's something to be considered. I know that I can two-shot Volcrane with Lawali. So let's bring Lawali, and then I don't think I bring Minotaur here. I don't think I have the ability to bring it, because they have Inky, and then they can very easily pick Chimerian into that as well. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, so Oshira and Volorend. I think I want to deal with Volorend first. Actually, you know what? I should probably deal with Oshira first. So I'm thinking that they're going to do Tsunami and Cold Breeze. I'm just not sure who is sending out the Cold Breeze. But I think I'm going to double into Oshira. So I'm going to Sharp Leaf. I need to make sure that I keep Tyrannac for... No, I have Acronox for Inky. And Acronox can deal with Volcrane too. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Sharp Leaf into Oshira, and then we're going to Hasty Lunge into Oshira. Inky. Volcrane, interesting. He realizes he's weak to fighting attacks, right? Okay. Is Volcrane gonna outspeed my Golzy? I honestly don't know. We're gonna Sharp Leaf and Oshidashi into Volcrane. Honestly, I could probably get away with Uppercut, but I figure I'll do that just in case. I guess what they could do is they could Stone Trench. Which means I should have uppercutted. If they Stone Trench, that's going to do a lot of damage into Golzy. And then they'll probably freeze Golzy. Not sure. All depends on whether they keep Volcrane in or not. If they keep Volcrane in and they don't Stone Trench, they're in a lot of trouble. Okay, so they don't keep Volcrane in. Who do they send in? Kinu? Okay. Kinu's going to take these hits like a champ. But it's got a Flaming Meteorite coming its way soon. Oh my good lord. Okay. Was absolutely not expecting that to do that much damage. What is happening? Okay. Do I Flaming Meteorite or do I Embers? Because honestly, Sharp Leaf did a lot of... Nah, let's Flaming Meteorite. We're going to Flaming Meteorite into Kinu, and then... I don't want to keep Golzy in, now that I think about it. So let's bring in our own Volorend. Let's see what they chose. That's gonna not do a whole lot, actually. Oh, Turbo. They're gonna Turbo with Kinu. Oh, guess not. This is probably overkill, but I needed to make sure that Kinu died. Oh my god, that was super overkill. I could have used Embers. They're probably going to bring Volcrane back in. If I were them, that's what I would do. Yep. We're going to Outgrowth, and then we're going to Feather Gatling into Volcrane. And he's probably going to Stone Trench. If I were him, I would... maybe not. I mean, this would be a good scenario to use Hook, honestly. Yeah. Double into Tyrannac. Smart. Yeah. Get him nice and beefed up. Oh, they looked their Volorend for that. That's not bad. Okay, we're going to swap in Lawali here, and then we're going to use, I guess I could just Feather Gatling again into Volcrane, or I could just Purgation my Volorend, because I'm going to be relying on Plague to deal with, actually, you know what? No, because they're probably going to Stone Trench here, so we're going to Feather Gatling. Yep. So Feather Gatling will clear out the evasion. It does minimal damage. They're still trapped. but I think they're not trapped after this, which is going to be not awesome. They're definitely going to be swapping out, probably for Inky. So let's Plague, and then we're going to swap in Acronox. So if they don't swap out, Plague will take out Volcrane. I mean, oh, he's got Flaming Meteorite up. He could just Flaming Meteorite and kill Plawali now that I think about it. That's what he should have done. Because I guarantee he outspeeds my Plawali. My Plawali's not fast. It is pretty bulky though. Minus my attack. I don't really care about that. Kind of sucks for Acronox because that means my Sting is going to do less damage, but not the end of the world. So let's swap in. Do I want to swap in? Not really. Because I'm anticipating them swapping in Oshira, so let's just Plague and Soil Steam into that slot, into the Inky slot. See what happens. Because if they don't swap, Plague won't take it out, but Soil Steam absolutely will. Doubling in is not great, but Volren's pretty low on stamina, so I'm not overly concerned about that. Oh, that's right, I forgot he's weak to flying. That's fine. Okay, let's see what he does. Thunderstrike on the Wally. That's gonna hurt. And the absolute overkill. So Acronox is pretty much done his job. I'd like him to deal with Oshira, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. Volcrane's my biggest threat right now. We are going to Plague and Soil Steam into Volcrane. Into Lawali? Oh, you made a mistake there, buddy. Absolutely should not have gone after Acronox. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that. I think I OX'd my Lawali there, which is fine. Alright. So they definitely have Serbatio's Wrath. Okay, cool. I guess they didn't see any win condition there. Honestly, they probably could have done some freeze shenanigans and done pretty well, but good game. Call of Chucky. Oh man. Alright, let's see. Who's a big threat here? I know Osakai is pretty good, and I don't really want to deal with Tyrnak, but I have stuff to deal with Tyrnak, so I'm not concerned about that one. So they ban my Tolkien. I don't really have to worry too much about Garunder, do I? Yeah, I probably do. Platimus, what about Platimus? I have Electric Temps to deal with Platimus, so I'm not really worried there. Minotaur, I think, let's ban Minotaur. Let's see who they pick. Alright, they're probably going for late Torment, so they're probably going to pick Lawali. So I'm going to pick Boulderend, and I think I'm going to pick Minotaur. I could pick Platimus too. Honestly, Platimus might be a good choice. No, you know what? They might pick Garunder into this, so let's pick Acronox. See what they do. Hmm. So I think they're still gonna they're gonna avoid picking Luwali because Luwali can get doubled into, and then that's gonna just ruin it. And I think both of these Tems can withstand late Torment, especially from Vinx because Vinx doesn't hit as hard as Yowler does, for example. I just don't see who else they have that can do late Torment. Yeah, see, I figured they'd pick Garunder. So Acronox will help deal with Garunder. And then I'm probably going to swap Volrund out for somebody else. Probably Tyrannac. If they let me have Tyrannac. It depends on that. So I have 2 Toxic Temps, so I don't really care about Tyrannac. Let's deal with Osakai. Let's get to Osakai out of there. Okay, so they banned Minotaur. Not totally sure why that's the case. So I'm probably going to pick Tyrannac next. I'm thinking, depending on who they pick, I'm thinking Tyrannac and either Luwali or Platypus. Sorry, Platypus is the actual animal. Tyrannac, okay. So then, I may as well pick Platypus, honestly. Let's go Platypus and Golzy. See what they choose from there. Okay. They got 3 Toxic Temps to deal with 2 Temps that are very weak to Toxic. Do I bring Luwali or do I bring Tyrannac? I don't have a lot of time. Let's see. I think I'll bring Tyrannac. Just because I'm pretty sure that Volrund's going to be taking an electric attack. But they might predict that I'm predicting that and then go for a toxic attack. Like a wastewater. And that would suck. Honestly, Volrund is not strong. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just bulky as hell. So I think I might keep Volrund in, and then we're going to double into the Garunder slot. Okay, so they did stay in. This does almost 50%. Multiple pecks will drop that down below 50, just enough. Yeah, I figured it would be Wastewater, or Noxious Bomb. Because I figured that they would think that I would be swapping in with Tyrannac. So now we're going to Purgation Volrund, and we're just gonna, let's see, if we Soil Steam, who can come in? Luwali can come in on Soil Steam. Luwali doesn't really want to come in on this team though. Let's Soil Steam, and we'll deal with it if it's Luwali. We'll just Sting and then Noxious Bomb into that, because like Platypus. Okay, Platypus is a good choice. I forgot that water is resistant to earth. This is gonna hurt. Yep, that wasn't fun. But fortunately, nothing Platypus can do is going to be that effective into Volrund or into Acronox, honestly. Let's Toxin Shower. It'll do a little bit of damage, a little bit of chip, but honestly, I might switch out Acronox here. What would I swap him out for? Honestly, I'm not sure. Yeah, you know what? Let's Toxin Shower. Just get that little extra chip. Ooh. Do I survive this? I do not. Bummer. Got a little bit of chip on Platypus. That's fine. I took out one of my Toxic Temps, but I've got 2 more in the back, so I'm not overly concerned. Let's bring out Golzy. And I have Adrenaline Shot on him, so I'm just going to Hasty Lunge into Platypus. Well, let's see. They could swap in Tyrannac, so I'm going... Dang, see, this is where Acronox not having stamina is bad. But honestly, it's fine. So we're going to Hasty Lunge Actually, I'm confident that they're going to be swapping into Tyrannac. So I'm going to show off, boost my attack, and then I'm going to rest Acronox. I'm pretty confident. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty confident. If I'm wrong here, though, Golzy's basically dead, and that would be a real bad day. Yep, okay, so they stayed in, so that means that Golzy's gonna have a really bad day right now. Probably dead, honestly. Not quite dead. So what I can do is I can sting. Actually, I don't think Golzy outspeeds, or I think Golzy outspeeds Acronox on that. So I might swap Golzy out. Yeah, let's swap Golzy out for Platimus. And then we're going to Sting? No, let's Toxin Shower again. Honestly, I don't think Acronox is taking much damage here, so let's just rest Acronox again. I want to keep Golzy around just to help me deal with this Platimus. Ow. Okay, let's Toxin Shower, and we're going to Sting into Vanks. Do I want to... because I'm not going to give Platimus Toxic. Yeah, let's Toxin Shower, and then we're going to Sting into Vanks. Honestly, I might have wanted to Sting into Platimus, but I don't know if the damage is going to be that significant. Every little bit counts, though. Let's see what they do. They could swap out for Garunder instead of Vanks, but I don't know if they would want to do that. I mean, they could, because Garunder's not going to outspeed Platimus at all. I have both my Toxic Tems in front here, which is not great, because that means that I can't deal with Tyrannac if both of these guys go down, so I have to be careful about that. I'm already down a Tem. They're way up on the HP, which isn't great. I got 15 seconds. You get to stay here with us, buddy. Oh, cool. My Toxin Shower goes off first. Oh, that means they're probably Rotten Gooing again. Oh, they rested him. Interesting. That's a decision. Let's use Rotten Goo into their Platimus, and then we're just gonna... Oh, man. Just shy. Venom Spreader Sting. Let's swap out Acronox. They rested Platimus. Vanks is fine, but is probably going to rest. I don't think Platimus is going after Acronox. I'm Rotten Gooing Platimus. So let's swap Acronox out for Tyrannac. Rude. Similarly rude, but that's fine. Wow, that combination did a lot of damage. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Look at that. 0.1% away. Dang it. Ah, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Alright, we are just going to Water Blade their Platymus and Sharp Leaf their Vanks. Water Blade is a 3 prio, which is why I use it, and I know that I'm faster than their Platymus, so I'll outspeed their Platymus for sure. Oh, Garunder? Yep, okay. I'm not sure if I would have done that if I were them. So what I'm thinking that they're going to do, I'm going to Toxin Shower, and then I think that they're going to Wastewater Tyrannac. They could very easily do an electric attack into Garunder, or into Platymus, which would be probably lethal. But I think having Acronox out will be helpful. Because if they do a toxic attack into that slot, it's going to be very mitigated. And then there's not much that Tyrannac can do into Acronox. Oh, that's right, I use Toxin Shower, so being faster means that even if they do use an electric attack... Oh wow, I'm surprised I'm faster. That was Piezo Electric Blow. That's a 3 prio move too. And Toxin Shower is only 2 prio. Huh. Surprising. Alright, so they're definitely swapping Tyrannac out. The question is for who? Probably Vanks or Platymus. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. We're going to swap Platymus out for... Do I swap Platymus out? I don't think I can. I think I just gotta rest Platymus here. Yeah, let's just rest Platymus. And then we're going to Sting into the Tyrannac slot. They kept him in? That's surprising. Not bad for me, though. Yeah, okay. Outgrowth, that's gonna hurt a little bit. Yeah, not too bad. Why doesn't Tyrannac have Trapped anymore? Oh, Intimidator. Intimidator stops Cobweb. That's right. I think we bring in Golzy here. And then we're just going to Uppercut into Garunder, and then we're going to Venom Spread into Tyrannac. And that's only if they keep Venom Tyrannac in, then Venom Spread will go off. If they don't, Venom Spread fails, so that would suck. But I think I can get a knockout on Garunder at the very least, because I don't think it has Piezo Electric Blow Up anymore. And I'm confident that Golzy's faster, and I'm confident that Golzy will kill it with Uppercut. Okay, that was smart. That was also smart. Yeah. So now Venom Spread's going to do nothing, but Uppercut will knock out Platymus. So now the question is, who do they bring in front of a +2 Golzy? Honestly, they could put Vanks in front. That wouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still going to double into the Lawali slot, just because I need to get that damage down. Tyrannac? Okay. Alright, so we're going to Hasty Lunge into Lawali, and then I think we... Hold on, Stamina again. Swap in Tyrannac. Just to get Acronox some stamina build up. I don't really like this, but it also prevents me from using my A-Shot, which is nice. Oh my god. Yeah. But at least Loali is in pretty good range. Alright. I think I just gotta rest Acronox here, unfortunately. And then I'm gonna Flaming Meat. Nope. Let's. Is Embers gonna be enough? Embers should be enough, right? Honestly, I'm pretty confident I'm gonna lose this game because they just have more Tems right now, and I'm 2 Tems that are too low. So honestly, I don't think I'm winning this, but I'm gonna try. So we're gonna Embers into Loali. Yeah, that hurt. That was not fun. And then I'm gonna take an Embers from. Okay, cool. From Tyrannac. Ooh, a Meteor Swarm. That shouldn't take out Acronox though. And it didn't take out Tyrannac either. Cool. Thank you, Heavy Armor. Not like it matters, because Tyrannac is going to go last, so it's kind of a moot point, but... yeah, and then they have Gorunder up, and Gorunder's just... Well, if I had more HP on my... So we're going to Sting into Vanks, because Vanks is going to use Ninja Jutsu if it's up, and then I'm going to Flaming Meteorite into Tyrannac. And if that gets a double, then I can OX Acronox for a Sting, and, well, no, honestly, a Sting wouldn't take out Gorunder. Soil Steam should, though, and I'm pretty confident that I'd be outspeeding their Gorunder with Acronox, because he's +1 speed right now. Actually, he's +2 now. Oh, that'll do it. Yep. That'll do it. I thought my Acronox, or not my Acronox, I thought my Tyrannac was faster than their Tyrannac, but I guess not. That's fine. Good game. El Mizzle, life of the party. Okay, so this is again some, they definitely have freeze shenanigans, I guarantee it. So I think I'm gonna ban Oshira here. Honestly, should I ban... With the toxic Tems that I have, I think I gotta ban some of their wind Tems. Just to knock that down a little bit. Yeah, let's ban Grandpa. Let's see who they ban. They're probably gonna ban Acronox. Well, would they ban Acronox? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Because Acronox is my only Earth Tem, and that is going to be strong into Anatan, which means that they're probably going to be leading Anatan. Well, let's start with, let's lead off with Tyrannac. Tyrannac's always a good go-to if you don't know where to start, in my opinion. And I think I'm banning Whiplump next. Or maybe Tolkien. Yeah, let's ban Tolkien next, because Whiplump I can deal with my Electric Tems. I'm guessing they're going to lead Anatan and maybe Gialis, or Anatan and Whiplump. Anatan Whiplump makes sense. They have 2 triplicates. They have 1, 2, 3 crystals, 1, 2, 3 flying, or wind, I should say. Interesting. Vanks? Okay. Yep, told you. So then we're going to lead with Platimus as well. Who do I ban here? I think I might be banning Gialis actually now, because Minotaur is good into Tolkien and Oshira and Whiplump. Loali is good into Oshira and Whiplump. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm banning Gialis here because that's no, because I have Tolkien in the back. Let's ban Tolkien. Yeah, let's ban Tolkien. So I have Platimus. No, okay, we're gonna go with Gialis, just because I'm running out of time. And then I think we're going to have, let's see, Minotaur. Because no, they have to pick 2 Crystal Tems, or they have to pick 2 wind or Tems that are weak to electric. So we're gonna pick Tolkien, and then I think we're gonna pick Loali. Okay. Let's see how this goes. So I'm fairly certain they're going to be swapping Anatan out. Question is, who do they swap out for? Probably Whiplump. Yeah, honestly, I don't see a reason not to swap out Anatan for Whiplump. So we're going to Sharp Leaf into Anatan, and then we're going to Water Blade into Vanks. No, I'm going to Rotten Goo into that slot as well. Yep. Then Sharp Leaf. I don't think Sharp Leaf finishes it. Oh, it does. Nice. So, good prediction on my part, but relying on predictions. Since I doubled into that slot, if they had kept Anatan in, they would have soaked that damage like it was nothing. So we're going to use Embers, and then I think we're swapping Platimus out for Tolkien here? No. Do I need to swap Anatan out? Or Platimus out? Yes, I do, because I need Platimus for Tolkien and Anatan. So let's swap out for Tolkien. Because their only water Tem is gone, so I don't really have to worry about that. They're probably going to double into the Platimus slot, honestly. I just hope that they use a crystal attack, but I don't think Valash has access to a crystal attack on... Oh, they went special side, okay. So cool. Ugh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, that wasn't that bad, actually. They did 50% of my HP. Oh, no, they didn't. They did less than 50% by a small margin, but they did less than 50%. Okay, so now they're probably going to swap in Tolkien or Anatan. But I don't want to over-predict because I've been predicting their moves pretty hard already. So we're just going to Outgrowth. And do I want to Outgrowth? I don't think I want to Outgrowth. I'm going to Embers into Valash, and then we're going to Fiery Soul into Valash. It is Anatan. Okay, that's fine. Anatan is only is 1x2 fire attacks, so... No self-care. Rude. So now I'm going to Outgrowth, and then I'm going to Fire Tornado into, I think, Vanks. Now, Vanks is pretty low on stamina, so they're probably going to swap him out soonish. I don't really need Tolkien anymore, so we're going to Fire Tornado into Anatan. I'm hoping that they take out Tolkien. So they take out Tolkien, Anatan is done. Come on, take him out. Frick. Well, that's fine. Anatan's still super slow. So I think we're just going to rest Tyrannak and then Fiery Soul into... Well, I guess I could Tornado, because that's also 1x. I don't need to keep doing damage into Anatan though, because as soon as Platimus comes in, he's pretty much toast. Yeah, let's Tornado into Vanks then. I could just rest Tolkien. What to do? I'm resting Tirnak. I could rest Tolkien. I don't know what Anatan's going to do. Anatan can use Mineral Hail, which is definitely going to take Tolkien out. But it's not going to do anything to Tirnak. Let's just Tornado into Vanks. Just to get a little bit more damage onto Vanks. Ooh, wow, that did very little. Oh, it's Arcane Wrap, that makes sense. Chain Heal? Okay. We're gonna bring in Platimus. And then I'm going to use... Let's use Embers on Anatan, and then we're gonna Water Blade into Anatan. Or should I do Aquatic Whirlwind? Let's Aquatic Whirlwind. In the off chance that they keep Anatan in, I need the extra damage to knock it out. Okay, so they do keep it in. Yeah, cool. And then any damage Vanks does will be cut by 30%, which is nice. Helps keep Platimus a little bit healthier, which is nice. I don't think Platimus can outspeed Valash. So Crystal Spikes will... Oh. Okay. So we're going to use Embers again on Vanks, and then we're going to Water Blade into Tolkien. Nice. Solid 72%. 71%. Yes, Platimus is done, but Platimus has absolutely done his job, so I'm okay with that. And Vanks OX'd, that's perfect. And then I killed Vanks, which was not perfect. That's a bummer. So we're going to use Minotaur now. And then I think we're going to swap into Lawali. I mean, what I could do is just sacrifice Minotaur. No, Minotaur's not going to be outspeeding. Yeah, Minotaur's not going to outspeed. So we're going to Embers into Valash and swap into Lawali. Now if they're smart, they're going to Crystal Spikes and Fiery Soul into that slot. Just because that'll do the most damage. But once Valash is down, then Minotaur's free reign. Honestly, I don't think they can do enough damage into Tirnak to stop Tirnak. Yeah, that's not going to do a lot. That definitely did a lot, which I was expecting, but that's fine. So Tirnax is going to OX, but it's going to take out Valash, which is all that I want. And now I'm free to win. Just going to Plague into Tolkien and rest Tirnak. Yeah, there we go. Cool. 2 wins today. Good game. This is that same freeze team. Oh, and it looks like they also have Late Torment too. That's weird. Who do they run Late Torment with? I don't know, but I'm gonna ban Whiplump. That's their normal combo starter. They're gonna have Gialis, so we're gonna start with Minotaur, I almost had Platypus. Minotaur and I think Tolkien here. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna ban Gialis. So now I can freely use my electric attacks. Let's see, who are they gonna ban? Probably Tyrnak. Oh, Acronox, okay. So we'll bring Tyrnak, and then I think we're also going to bring... Let's bring, not Volorend yet. Platymus? No, Platymus is weak into that. Wind into Volorend. Yeah, but it's decent into the other ones. It'll be good cleanup, so let's run Platymus. I mean, I probably could have run Lawal as cleanup, but it's fine. Platymus is good into OB10 as well, so... I'm hoping they pick Oshira. Because Oshira's in a very bad spot compared to Tataru. I think Tataru is probably a turbo. They have a lot. This team is a mishmash of a bunch of different strategies, which makes them versatile, but if somebody knows what they're doing, I don't know how well they're going to be standing up. Because right now I don't know how they're late tormenting, if this is a late torment team. It's a big if, because honestly I don't know if they are. I think we just pick Volorend here. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so I have no reason not to click an electric attack into... Oh, except for Heater. Forgot about Heater. Oh, but... That's right, I forgot. The only move that I can use is Hasty Lunge. But I don't really lose anything by using Hasty Lunge into the Volorend slot. Yeah, let's just Hasty Lunge into the Volorend slot, and then we're going to Fiery Soul. Which one does more damage? We're going to Wind Burst, actually, because it's more stamina efficient and does more damage. So we're going to do that into... Who's a big concern for me? Volorend? So we're going to Wind Burst into Volorend. Okay. That's not going to do much. Okay, so we're going to rest Minotaur, and then we're just going to Tornado into Volorend, just for the extra prio, because it's just sped itself up, and I'd rather just take it out, because I think it outspeeds my Tolkien. So if I can outspeed it with priority, then I can take it out and be done with it. Might be a waste of Tornado, but honestly I don't think I'm using Tornado on anything else specifically. So let's see if I outspeed. I know Volorend can be fairly fast, so I don't know if this Volorend is just built solely on speed. I know the Volorend that I built that was speed focused was what's it called? Hyperkinetic Strike focused. So all I had was HP and speed investment. So it was bulky, very, very bulky, but also very, very fast. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Okay, I think I'm bringing Tyrnak in here. So I'm going to, well, do I have... I don't have any Earth Gems. So I am going to, maybe I just Purgation. Yeah, let's just Purgation Minotaur. And then swap in, I could swap in Volorend and get another Purgation going on to Minotaur. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's focus this up. Get Minotaur to do some damage. So I have no reason not to, because they're not doing much damage into Minotaur. Both of them are normal, pretty much exclusively normal attacking Tems. So they're definitely going to try and knock out Tolkien, which means that Volerant's going to be taking some damage, but that's fine, because Volerant's pretty beefy. Both Venks and Yowler are pretty slow. Toughen +4. Oh, that's so annoying. So then we're going to Black Hole into Yowler, and we're going to Purgation Minotaur. That hurt. Oh, I thought Purgation would have gone before, but I guess the speed buffs would change that. Wow, that still did a lot of damage. Yep, managed to live that. Nice. Thank you, first aid kit. Let's rest Minotaur, and then we're just gonna Noxious Bomb. Actually, let's multiple Pex into Venks, because I don't want to multiple Pex into Yowler because it's +4 defense and Volerant is not doing great right now, as far as that's concerned. Rest Minotaur. They're just not really doing anything to Minotaur. Tataru. Okay, Tataru has Stone Ball. That didn't do much of anything. Alright, so we're gonna bring in Tyrnak here, so that way I can ignore Rusher. And then I think we're gonna bring in Platimus into the Minotaur slot to take the Stone Ball. And then we're going to Embers onto Tataru. Obi-10. Oof, that's gonna be annoying. Turbo? No, they can't turbo. They just got in. No, I think they can turbo. But no, it's definitely Stone Ball. Cool. We're going to Aquatic Whirlwind Obi-10, and then we're going to Embers Obi-10. I think Obi-10, if it survives this, which it does, is going to go for... Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oof. Burrow. Yeah. What an obnoxious Tem. Oh, right, Source Replicator. I forgot about that. So we're just going to Water Blade into... Let's see. They have Volerant still. Let's Toxin Shower. No, because that'll do a lot of damage to Tyrnak, actually. So let's just Water Blade into Obi-10, get Obi-10 out of there, and then we're going to... Or I could Outgrowth. No, because I think it'll Burrow first. Not Burrow, oh, I'm blanking on the name. It's one that gives regeneration and evasion. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But let's Embers into Tataru. Bush, that's what it's called. Well, that's annoying. Oh yeah, I forgot I have Drill on Platimus. This is gonna hurt. Oh good, it was into Platimus. What a waste. Okay, if I can knock out Tataru, I think Minotaur's got free reign to do basically whatever it wants. So let's bring in Tolkien. Let us Fiery Soul into Volerend. Wait, what does Volerend have? It's Slingshot. Special defense -2. Let's Fiery Soul into Volerend, and then we're going to Embers again into Tataru. Fiery Soul should take out Volerend. But it's fast, so I don't know if I outspeed, honestly. I do not. Into Tyrnak, how much damage does that do? Decent damage, about a third. So no more Volorend. I was expecting Noxious Bomb, if I'm being honest, but I think that they realized that they were going to get outsped. But now they have nothing really to deal any damage to Minotaur other than Tataru. We're just going to focus Yowler with special attacks, and then we're going to rest Tyrnak. Tolkien's fire tornadoing into Yowler. Just because I see no reason not to, because its defense is what's buffed, not its special defense. Into Tolkien. Rude. Their Vex must be fast. Clinch. I don't know if that'll take him out. Oh, it does. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to Hasty Lunge into Yowler, and then I think we're just going to Embers again into Banks. Just slowly whittle him down. Ah, so close. Oh, that'll take him out, though. Tyrnak still lives. So, in order for him to attack, he's got to use Stone Ball, and right now my Minotaur is +5 speed. So I'm just going to Black Hole into Tataru, and then Embers into Vanks. And that should deal with him. Wow, that outsped everything. That's amazing. Bye-bye, Tataru. Bye-bye, Vanks. Nice. Sweet, another win. Good game. Doom Team. Okay. So probably Extinction, Neurotoxins. I can't remember the move name. But paired with a Mental Tem, it does a Doom effect. So let's see if I can't... Let's get rid of Valier. Then I'm guessing Corrin also has Extinction. I know Tordnite has Tordnite's Garden. Let's pick Volorend, because most of their team is weak to Toxic Temps. Honestly, this is a pretty decent matchup for me, because most of their team is very vulnerable to Toxic Temps. If they don't pick Kinu, then I'm going to ban Kinu, and they're not going to have anybody to pair with their digitals for that. So let's bring Tolkien, and Tolkien can help me deal with Cycrocs. And then I think we're banning Kinu here. So that way they can't get any... this guy cannot do Doom anymore. They banned Platimus, which is interesting. They really shouldn't have banned Platimus. They should have banned Acronox. Let's bring Lowali. Okay, we'll bring Acronox, and then I think we bring Golzy here. Just because Golzy has fighting techniques that he can use. And he's not 4 times weak to Crystal. But he is weak to Digital, which is something that has to be taken into consideration. Okay, so I'm honestly debating just doubling into the Cycrox slot. I think I might do that. Heater kind of backfired on me in this scenario though, which is unfortunate. But that's fine. Yeah, let's Feather Gatling, and then we're going to Windburst into Cycrox. Oh wow, this dude is beefy. A pair of them couldn't even do 50%, but that's because of the burn. But I mean, honestly, this is fine. I can just use Purgation. Oh, what? That did nothing. My Tolkien's beefy, but like that's next level. Alright, we're gonna Feather Gatling, and then actually I could probably just Tornado. And that might take him out. You know what? Let's double in just in case. So Tornado and Feather Gatling, just in case. Okay, so they swap out Cycrox for Tyrannak. Alright, that's fine. So they're waiting on Extinction for Tyrannak. Alright. So we're just going to Purgation my Volorend. Clear off that Doom status. And then we're going to swap in for Acronox. Acronox should be able to take a Stone Ball and Cycrox. Okay. I mean, that's smart, but yeah. Does it give me 3 turns? 4 turns. Okay. Plenty of time. We are going to Feather Gatling into Cycrox, and we're just going to Soil Steam into Cycrox. They could swap in Moments or Babala, but I don't think that they're going to swap Babala in front of Volorend and Acronox. It's just not a great plan. Okay, so that's going to hurt. 18, 12, 60 damage. But this should take out Cyclops. Cool. So I'll drop down to about 320. 315. Oh, it's 21, not 20. My bad. But that's okay. We've taken out Cycrox, who's one of the bigger threats. I'll just rest Volorend this turn, and then I'll Purgation Acronox. So we'll rest, and then we're going to Sting... Yeah, let's Sting Moments. Let's see, if they Willpower Drain, which I don't think they can, but if they do, that will put me at 26, no, 16. Yeah, let's Toxin Shower instead, actually. Because that's not going to do a lot to Volorend. Yeah, they need to get rid of Volorend fast. I just realized that since I did Evasion, Purgation's not gonna... Well, Purgation should still land. I think it just clears off the Evasion. If I remember correctly. So we're gonna Purgation and then we're gonna Sting Moments. I don't know why they use Burrow on Karin. Let's see, so if I swap Volorend out here, it gives me 3 turns. So if I swap Volorend out, it'll give me 2 turns. I can then swap Volorend back in and then Purgation on the following turn. So let's do that. We're going to swap Volorend out for, let's go with Tolkien, and then we're gonna rest Acronox because I don't have the stamina for much else. This way I can ignore the burn. Oh, cool. Why did he get regeneration? It must have used Lightful Sap and I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. They have 3 Tems in the back that are at least 1 times to fire, so I'm just going to Fire Tornado into Moments, and I'm going to Sting into Moments. Sting, if it stays in, will clear off the regeneration, which will be nice. But I don't think he's staying in. Oh, he does stay in. Okay, cool. So no more regeneration for you. And then Fire Tornado. Yeah, there we go. I don't really want to use Fiery Soul because that'll kick the Toxic off. And I'm pretty sure Acronox is outsped by Tolkien. Let's rest Tolkien, and then we're going to Venom Spread. No, let's rest both of them. Whoops. That's fine. Oh, I forgot about swapping in Volorend. That was a mistake on my part. I did the dumb. I got too focused on what was in front of me. So now Volorend's down. That was such a mistake. That was a bad mistake too. That's probably fine. We're gonna Fiery Soul and then Sting into Moments. Whatever he brings in is gonna be taking a lot of damage. It's probably got Mucus, which means it's resistant to fire and toxic. Or resists toxic and then is immune to burn, I think. Wow, that didn't do much of anything. Yeah, Mucus prevents burn. Okay. I mean, normally I'd be concerned about Corrin, but Corrin hasn't really been doing anything other than setting up Psychosis every now and then, so I don't really care too much about it. Let's Windburst Babawa, and then I think... Did I say Windburst or Tornado? I think I meant to say Tornado and I said Windburst. You know what? Let's Windburst Babawa, and then we're going to Venom Spread on Babawa. And that's going to really hurt my Acronox, but it'll take out Babawa. That's fine. Cute. Okay, what do they bring in? Tyrnak, I'm guessing? Yep. Makes sense. Let's Fire Tornado Tyrnak, and then we're going to swap out for Lawali. No, that's a bad idea. I think I keep Acronox in here and just rest it. Not nearly enough. So Corrin OX'd, that's good. They've rested their Tyranid? Why? Oh, Corrin is Scavenger, okay. Let's bring in Lawali. What do they have left in the back? Moments. Well, Corrin has Evasion handy right now. let's Hypoxia and then Sting. I don't really want to do that. Let's see, so I do that, I rest, gives me 1 turn left, basically. Alright, let's Sting, OX, Acronox of that. And then Hypoxia should bring it down into toxic range. If it doesn't outright kill it, which I don't think it will, but... Hey, it did! Nice. Cool, so now Lawali's free to mess up their Corrin. Because I think Corrin... Nope, it's got 1 last turn, so let's refresh. Actually, I could rest Lawali. No, let's refresh. And then we're going to rest Acronox. So right now I just have to focus on Corrin. We're going to Plague Corrin, which is going to OX Lawali, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. We're going to Plague Corrin, and then we're going to Sting into Moments. And then Acronox is dead this round anyway, so that's fine. So that'll do another 25% of its HP. It's probably going to use Lightful Sap. Nice. That was a lot of damage. I was expecting Corrin to last a little bit better than that, but that's fine. That's fine. So I need to focus on Corrin. Honestly, actually, I don't know if I can win this now. If I can knock out Corrin before Corrin knocks me out with Golzy, because I know he's got Stone Ball, but I honestly, yeah, I think I lost this one. Uppercut's just not going to do it. Yeah, that 70% saved him. And then OXing Lawali. Should have revitalized Corrin. What are you doing? Oh my god, are you serious? Why would you do that? He needed to do damage. Okay, so my Lawali's definitely not as fast as Golzy. So Golzy's going to Hasty Lunge, knock off the Burrow, and then Plague is going to take out Corrin. They needed Corrin. I don't know why they didn't Stoneball. They should have Stoneballed. I don't know if it would have taken out Golzy, but still. Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. Oh right, super effective. But Lawali OX, so Lawali's done. We're gonna Oshidashi into Moments. I don't think that I'm doing enough damage here. Yeah, I don't think Uppercut's gonna finish that. And there goes Lawali. Now let's see if Uppercut finishes it. Did he OX? No, he didn't. I don't think he OX. Did he OX? I don't remember. Dang, I wish it would tell me. Let's Uppercut just in case. Just enough. Whew! That was close. Was not expecting to win that one. Alright, cool. Good game. Well, I think that's going to do it for me for today. I hope everybody enjoyed watching. I actually got some wins, so that's good. I think I'm probably better with this mid-range team than I am with aggro teams. Aggro requires a lot more positioning than I think I'm capable of, and a lot more prediction, which I'm not really a big fan of. If you have to predict your opponent's moves all the time, you're going to probably lose more often than you're going to win, because you just can't guarantee that your predictions are going to be correct. Regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed, and I think that will be it for me tonight. I will see you next time.